Okay, class, now we're going to discuss another example of a number line. Let me just erase the board, and we're going to draw, sorry, not another example of a number line, another example of an absolute value. I'm going to draw another number line on our board, and we're going to practice another example. This time we want to draw 10 lines on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have your number line, Missy?
No.
Tell me when you're done, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm done.
Good. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a number, and I want you to kind of give me guidance of what we should do. So the number I'm going to give you is 8.
Okay.
So can you show me 8 on the number line, please?
On both sides.
Sure, we do 8 and negative 8. Let's see if our answers match. Okay. And what do we notice again? How far is 8 from 0?
8.
And how far is negative 8 from 0?
8.
Correct. So what is the absolute value of 8?
8.
And what's the absolute value of negative 8?
8.
Correct. So now that we have all that information, we are ready to check out these videos that I have chosen for us to watch, just to give us a better understanding. And while I'm uploading those, and I'll just stick this to the side, while I'm uploading those, actually I'll let you erase that for me. I'll ask you this question. So we noticed that absolute value is kind of like when you compare the distance, correct?
Yes.
So it's just kind of like considering it being the total distance you travel and everything. Just give me one moment, I'm gonna get that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to watch just a small segment of the video, and we'll be able to discuss that. Okay, you ready to watch?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a video on absolute values, and we're using Khan Academy.
It is 4 to the left of 0. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left of 0.
Okay.
What is your number? Let's say the number negative 4. What's the opposite of that?
Technical difficulties. Give us one moment. We'll get that, okay?
Okay.
Opposite of a number. So let me
Okay,
draw
ready?
a number line. Let's draw a number line. Let's put some numbers on this number line.
Paying attention,
so we
Missy.
can start at 0. And if we go to the right, we have positive numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we go to the left, we get more and more negative. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and I could keep going on and on and on. So let's pick one of these numbers. Let's say that we pick the number 3. What is going to be the opposite of the number 3? Well, the opposite of the
What's the opposite of the number 3?
3.
Yay.
number
That's correct.
is a number That's the same distance
No,
from
I said
0,
the opposite of the
but
number,
on the other
3.
side. So 3 is 3 to the
-3.
right of 0.
Yes.
1, 2,
And it was
3.
like, yay.
So its
But
opposite
yes.
is going to be 3 to the left of 0.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
See, we both weren't
So
paying
the
attention.
opposite
We need to
of
pay
3
attention.
is -3. Let me make a little table here. So if we have the number, and then we have its opposite. We have its opposite. So we just figured out
Okay,
that
I
you have the
think
number 3.
so. We're just going
Its
to finish
opposite
watching
is
that
going
video.
to be -3.
And let's go ahead and watch our other video. Of course, then I would normally watch the whole video, but because we're filming this, I would just put a little bit of that time. So just to give you understanding, like we said, like they were discussing in the video, the number 3, it's a number, and the opposite is -3. And let's say if the number was -4, what would be its opposite?
4.
Correct. So let's go ahead and take a look at our absolute value video. I think that one should start from the beginning. And
So the absolute value of 5 is just 5. Find the absolute value of x when x is equal to 5.
You see how it looks right here?
10, and x is
I know we have an x, but it's like pretending that you don't have a
So the absolute
number.
value, it's almost
So it's like you put a
the way of writing it
letter in
is
its
almost more
place.
complicated than what it really is. The absolute value is really just the distance of x from 0. Distance from 0. So let me just draw a
quick
path.
quiz. What is x?
10.
No, you are not paying attention. Let's pay attention. X is the distance from 0.
So if I were to
Remember
first
that.
just put 0 right over here, since we're thinking about the distance from 0. So let's just think about the absolute value. Let's think about the absolute value of x when x is equal to 5. So that's equivalent to the absolute value of 5. We just substituted 5 for x. The absolute value of 5 is the distance of 5 from 0. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is exactly 5 to the right of 0. So the absolute value of 5 is just 5.
Let's watch one more
Now, I think you
example,
already
and
get
we'll
to
go
see
ahead
this is
and
a pretty straightforward concept. Now let's do
head
something
over
more
to our
interesting. Absolute
little
value of -10
game.
when x is, or the absolute value of x when x is equal to -10. So let's just put -10 in for x. This is the distance that -10 is from 0. And so let's just go -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. I should extend the number line more. So this right here is -10. So how far is it away from 0? Well,
So far is -10 from 0.
-10 from 0 is 10.
Yes.
it's 10 to the left of 0. So you put a 10 here. And so in general, absolute value will always be a positive quantity, and we're thinking about just absolute values of just numbers. It's just going to be really the positive version of that number. Let's do one more. Well, they tell us to do
So,
one more.
like you
The
said, it's
absolute
always staying
value of
positive,
x
and
when
it's just
x
the
is equal to-
distance from 0. So kind of give us an idea. So let's just talk about both of our videos that we watched. So going back to the opposite number, we know that, like we said, opposites, if I say bad, the opposite of bad is good. If I say the opposite of night is sky, in the example you gave us, the opposite of the moon could be the sun. So it's just opposite. So we know if we have an opposite number like -5, we know the positive or opposite would be +5. Now for our absolute value, what is something that you want to share that you learned from watching this video?
That the number is always positive and not negative, even if like the numbers are negative or positive. The absolute value of them is.
Yes. So we know it's always positive. And what does it relate to? The distance from what?
0?
Yes. The distance from 0. And what is the example that we used? Remember we used an example. Let's say if you're walking from one place to another.
Oh, with like how many yards there are
Mm-hmm.
to get somewhere?
Yes, so if you're walking back to your original place, would the distance be positive or negative?
Positive.
Of course. Good. So now let's play our little game.
Okay.
So we're going to go back into Khan Academy. It's a great website that we found. And I accidentally put the number. That link. Okay, we're going to actually, before we play our little game, we have to do one more thing. Our video is just so we could learn. So we're going to work on this worksheet together. It's going to be quick. And it's just us to go over this information. And go ahead and do this. So I'm going to be right next to you and we're going to work on it together.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to have to write it out. So we have the numerical value of 2. How would you write that? Correct. 2. So now how would you show that in the number line? And where's your 0? Oh, okay, I see. You started from 0. Okay. Sorry, I should have fixed this for you. You have to use one of these markers. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fix this one for you. Okay. So you said that one was 2, but let's put our 0 over here. No, over here. Sorry. We'll make this one 1. Good. Let's do it over here. And this one will be 2, right?
Yes.
So we have our little dot there. Yes. And what would this be?
-2.
Yes, -2. So what will be the opposite of 2?
-2.
Yes. So we'll go ahead and write that here, right? Writing sideways. So it will be the absolute value of 2. Can you write that in? Correct. Now I'm going to just draw a 0 right there. Can you go ahead and write for me the written form, please? Of what a -5 would be for our second problem. You'll put the -2, and then you would but we have a negative. And you wrote down 5. What do you think you're missing?
A negative.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So I already put a 0 right there. So can you show me where -5 would be on your number line? Make sure you label it and you put your little dot. Yes. Now, what would be the opposite? Can you put the opposite on the number line and then write it out for me, please? Correct. That's correct. So what's the absolute value of 5? Can you write out what it will look like and then the answer of that? Yay! Got it right. Okay, so let's try 9, -9. So let me help you with that one because I think it'll be a good thing to consider me changing this number line. Okay,